Now then, we do want to assess their mental state. We talked about that a little bit. We want to talk about what is their thinking, what is their feeling, and what is their behaving. This is a real simple paradigm. Thinking, feeling, behaving. Thinking, feeling, behaving.
MagTech is the only pistol or rifle ammo I use on the range, and I recommend them highly. I've seen their manufacturing and quality control firsthand, and it's incredible, which is why it always performs reliably and accurately. They are operating at max capacity and cranking out rounds for you to keep your skills sharp. Pick up some MagTech at your local ammo retailer or get it shipped fast at luckygunner.com.
And so does this take a long time to assess? It might, but it doesn't necessarily have to take a long time, okay? When we talk about taking a long time here, is their thinking clear or is it contaminated? By contaminated, that could be contaminated by drugs, could be contaminated by alcohol, could be contaminated simply because they're on another plane of existence. Happens. You ever talk to somebody and they're using words, but their words have no connection to reality? And I'm not being joking here, I'm being honest. You've seen somebody who's having a psychotic break? Happens, right? So now I know, oh, that's contaminated thinking. Great. Is their emotions high or low? Well, it depends on what we're talking about, right? And is their behaving compliant or non-compliant? I can tell you that when we teach this to cops, the most dangerous person is not a contaminated thinking, high emotion, non-compliant person. Those people can be unpredictable. The most dangerous one is a clear thinking, low emotion, non-compliant person. Because that's a person who has thought of what they're doing and they are doing it very consciously. That is the one who will kill you dead. So you got to pay attention to those things, okay? So I've got one to show you here. Again, it's a badge cam, and not that we're doing officer-related stuff here, but I want you to just think about this guy and this guy that these police officers at LAPD has to interact with. And ask yourself, what is his thinking, what is his feeling, what is his behaving?
So,
Señor, pon el cuchillo en el piso. Nada más ponlo en el piso. Yo hablo español. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Puedes poner el cuchillo en el piso? ¿Por qué? Yo quiero platicar de aquí. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó hoy?
I want to chat from here.
Quédate ahí. No camines para acá. Pon el cuchillo abajo. Pon el cuchillo abajo. Pon el cuchillo abajo.
It's got a big old
Ponlo en el
machete.
piso. Yo no te tengo miedo, pero tienes que poner el cuchillo. Para hablar conmigo, pon el cuchillo en el piso, por favor. Ponlo abajo. ¿Por qué lo necesitas? ¿Para qué lo necesitas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
What's your name?
Pues ponlo abajo.
I'm
Pon
the
el cuchillo.
Diamond.
He's claiming mala
Okay.
salvatrucha.
He's claiming MS-13.
Pon el cuchillo abajo. Pon el cuchillo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué lo tienes el cuchillo? ¿Para qué lo necesitas?
¿Qué pasa? Es que estoy cuidando aquí.
¿Por qué estás cuidando aquí?
Porque es comida.
Oh,
Es comida, estoy cuidando porque hay trigo.
Wait, what? Anybody else reading that and going, huh?
ok, está bien. Pues pon el cuchillo abajo y ahorita hablamos. No puedes tener el cuchillo ahorita.
So this goes on for about 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Thinking, clear or contaminated? Very clearly contaminated. Why? I don't know. But clearly contaminated. Emotions high or low? He's a little high, but he's kind of medium. Compliant or non-compliant? Non-compliant. So the officer actually does a really good thing here. He's just trying what we call crisis communication. Sir, I want to talk to you. Please put the knife down. And the big thing that I love is that he kept distance. Do you notice he just kept distance from him? Because what happens when he walks up on this guy to take the knife away from him? He's going to end up shooting him, right? So remember we talked earlier about maintaining discretionary time? And the guy's like, hey, I want to talk to you. Cool, man, I want to talk from here. Because that gives me distance away from you and that big old machete. I'm like, what's your name? Diamond. Okay, Diamond. And he just joins him right in it. So one of the big things there is I get people all the time, and they say these things like, well, I'm not joining somebody in their mental illness. Well, then you won't de-escalate them. You won't help them, and you won't connect with them. He says, my name is Diamond. And if you go, no, it's not. Your actual name is Bill, and I know that, so I'm going to call you Bill. Have I built rapport with him? No. Okay, hi, Diamond. Nice to meet you. We had another one, I don't have it on this particular one, but two cops that roll into a guy that is swinging a big sword around in his, like a big, not a samurai sword, but like a big barbarian's like hand and a half big great sword. like he's playing D&D in his mind, and he's swinging it around in his neighborhood and like chasing people around with it. So they call the cops. The cops show up. They stay in their car and start talking to him on the PA. And the guy's standing in the street swinging his sword around, and he goes, "I'm the king." He goes, "What's your name, man?" "Elmer." "Okay, hey, King Elmer. It's cool, man. Can you put the sword down for me, King Elmer?" Totally fine, right? "Okay, you're the king." "Got it, bro." "Hi, Your Highness." I can join you in that. But you see, that takes from me enough emotional fitness to go, it's okay. I can join you there. It doesn't hurt my feelings any. Can you do that? Well, only if you have the courage to do so. We have another one here. And again, analyze thoughts, feelings, behaviors.
Hey, hold on a second, guy. Hey, partner, what's your name?
What's your name?
What is your name, guy?
He's got a rifle slung. It's covering his badge cam.
All right, tell us what we can do for you. What can we do for you? What do you want? All right, tell us what you want, man.
Hostage situation, armed robbery.
We're right here, man. You got cover on me. Listen. Hey, man. Listen a second. What is your name, man? Just tell me, what's it going to hurt? Tell me your name.
See him right here at the door? Botched armed robbery, he's taking hostages.
Hey, talk to me, man. We don't want it to go down this way. Talk to me. We don't. What do you want? Dude, listen, what do you want? Tell me what you want. We'll try to help you. But we have no idea what you want, man. You got to talk to me. Listen, tell me what you want, man. Tell me what you want, dude. Look, hands up, man. What do you want? Stay there. I'm staying right here. I just want to know what you want. How can we help you get through this? What? All right. What can we do to prevent that?
I swear to God, it's up to your throat. Do not fucking test me. I do not want to take someone's fucking life, but I swear to God I will.
All right, what can we do to...
I swear to God I will.
Okay, I'm going to let that one go there for the sake of time. So tell me about that guy's matrix. Thinking, feeling, behaving. So we can go behavior first. Was he compliant or non-compliant? Non-compliant. Was he high emotion or low emotion? High emotion. His thinking was actually clear. He's talking, and he doesn't look like he's got any kind of contamination in his thinking. He's rational, and it doesn't sound to me like he's drunk or high. So we kind of have a matrix for our response. If we have a contaminated thinking, high emotion, non-compliant person, man, it's time for emergency communication. We only have the time for drop the knife, put it down, okay? Now, if we have a contaminated thinking, high emotion person, but they're compliant, now we just want to increase our discretionary time and seek some contamination remedies. So what do I mean by that? If I have somebody, they're compliant, they're not, disobeying and doing bad things, but they're out of their mind and high emotion. Okay, let me back up a little bit and keep them in a safe place where they can't hurt themselves and see if we can solve the contamination problem. Maybe that's he's drunk and we just let him sleep it off. Now, if instead, again, if I'm contaminated thinking, low emotion, non-compliant, I got to be watchful of them hurting themselves. The one that we had here, clear thinking, high emotion, non-compliant behavior, that's the one we just had. I want to increase my discretionary time. Do you notice our officer did that? Hey, man, I'm here. Look, here's my hands. How do we get out of this without that happening? I know you're going to shoot me. I want to get out of this without that happening. What can we do to help you? How can I increase my discretionary time here? Again, this officer has to go to the problem. Agreed? So when I have somebody, again, the one that everybody wants to talk about is somebody who's high, they're emotional, and they're doing bad things. Okay, that's emergency time. What about when I have a family member who's contaminated thinking, high emotion, and not non-compliant though? They're not hurting each other. Well, let's see if we can work on that contamination. And that takes me, again, building rapport and trying to influence their behavior. A couple of things that I loved. You notice that he asked him his name? Tell me your name, bro. I tell this to cops all the time. One of the big things Mike and I talk about on the channel is step around your badge. And one of the best things that Mike has talked about with cops is they don't hate you, they just hate the uniform, what you represent and what you stand for. And so if you can step around that, hey man, it's not I'm officer so-and-so of whatever department, it's hey man, my name's Jim. What's your name? Someone's name is a powerful, powerful tool. My name's John, what's your name, okay?
If you're a fan of Active Cell Protection Extra, you will love the ASP Unlimited app. It is chock full of everything that you love about ASP Extra and more, including full-length, uncut, unedited classes from some of the best instructors in America, and it is also the exclusive home of the Video Active Self-Protection podcast. Hit the link in the description or download it from your favorite app store today and check it out on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, or Android TV today.